Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video, I am doing another collaboration. This is our end of the year collaboration for our top picks of the year. This is our top 23 of 2023 and I have a lot of my favorite polishes from the year that I wore, not necessarily released in the year that I'm going to be sharing. I do have them color organized kind of, and you will notice there are a lot of reds down here, which really surprised me, and not so many purples. How did that happen? In any case, as always, since this is a collaboration, make sure to check out the list down below for all of the other participants, their channels, and their videos. And as always, a huge thank you to everybody that helped put the group together and the collab overall, especially for those thumbnails and the lists that you see down below for finding everybody else. So a huge thank you to those group and collaboration leaders. Now let's go ahead and dive into my top 23 picks for 2023. So the first polish is from Wildflower Lacquer. This one is Tonight We Fly. This one I actually got in a mystery box. It had come out, let's see, this came out in 2021 for Little Box of Horror, and I actually talked myself out of getting it when it was released. So when I got it in a mystery box, I was really, first of all, impressed to get a Wildflower Lacquer in a mystery box, and then second, to get this one in my collection because, like I said, I had sort of talked myself out of getting it initially. I think mainly because a lot of the swatches that I had seen, or my impression of it somehow, had been that it was more of a green. But I mean, as you can see, you aren't even seeing green on camera. You're seeing almost a black to red multichrome that happens to have a green tinted, like maybe base, but you're seeing all of the other colors. You're seeing purples and reds, magentas, blues. There are so many other colors going on. There's some of that bright green and gold. This one has so many shifts in it. It is incredible. So here's that one in just 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And my lighting here isn't really going to show it on camera, I don't think, but see right there at the face of the nail, you can see where the green is starting to show up. In person, from my angle, this side of the nail is all green, where you're seeing that sort of purpley red. And then on the face where you're seeing the teal, I'm seeing red. So this is a very, very, very shifty polish. This one really impressed me when I wore it because it just shifted through all of the different colors of the rainbow. This one is just a great, great polish. So very happy to have this one in my collection. So that first one was Wildflower Lacquer's Tonight We Fly. The second polish is from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this one is super powerful and special Magic Starborn Princess. You guys, this entire collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer was my favorite. It really had amazing finishes. I love the mix of multichrome with a contrasting reflective glitter. So in this one, the reflective glitter is actually purple. I think you can see some of the reflective twinkles there and up there at the top. Then you have the multichrome aspect. So this one is a larger particled multichrome, and you have it going from green to gold to blue. And I know there's other colors in it as well. This was another incredible shifter. Here's how it is on the swatch in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. But yeah, this one had so many different colors that it shifted to. And then of course, when you get in the right lighting for the reflective component to shine, you get this beautiful purple flash to it. So like I said, this entire collection was a favorite of mine, and I didn't end up actually wearing this one until this year, and oh my goodness, it was so gorgeous. So I had to make it to my top picks for the year. Just absolutely beautiful. I know on camera anyways, mostly what I'm seeing is just green and gold, but this has so many other colors it shifts to. Just stunning. So that one was super powerful and special Magic Starborn Princess. I think also wins points for the longest Polish name. Next up is one from Jen and Berries. This one is Raspberry Parade. I think we're on a roll here with these shifting polishes. This one is another stunning, stunning shifting polish. I mean, look at all the colors that you're seeing. You, of course, have the namesake raspberry color, but it shifts to different shades of green and gold. You've got blue and purple. Plus this one has, I think, holographic glitter and holographic flakies. So you have these beautiful components that are added to this base, and oh my gosh, another stunning shifter. So many colors. Look at that beautiful green. Absolutely jaw-dropping. So here's Raspberry Parade in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one, I feel the coloration of the shifts is a lot easier to see on camera. You can see the raspberry, green, and gold all at the same time. And I love the addition of those holographic flakies. Those are one of my favorite components to see in nail polish. And this particular polish, well, it's all my favorites for a reason. It's just absolutely stunning. Love this one. And I think this one originally came out in Polish Pickup for June 2023. So that one was Gin and Berries, Raspberry Parade. Next up is actually the one that I'm still wearing on my nails as of filming. This is Potion Polish Cosmic Boneyard. This is another one where I feel like the shifts don't really come out to play in my lighting. You can kind of start to see the golden green there. So it has this sort of Aurora UP shift to it, that classic red to green to gold, and it's in a purple base and there's reflective glitter. So this is how it looks on. You have that beautiful red glow very prominently on the nail. You can of course see that beautiful purple, and then those lovely twinkles that you're seeing are the reflective glitter. Those, I will say, aren't really a super big part of the polish for me. You don't really see them in most lights. Here's how it looks on the swatch in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Here on the swatch, you can see how textured it can be. So even though it has top coat and so do my nails end up with a glossier finish. So that's probably not as textured as it will be on most people, but it just seems to be more amped up in its texture on the swatches. But you can see the beautiful purple color and of course those twinkles of those reflective glitters. And yeah, that red glow is the most prominent thing on the nail. However, I mean, even right there, you can see some orange popping up at the corner, green at the other edge of the bottle. It is jaw-dropping. This is another absolute favorite of the year, of course, since it made it to my top 23, but that was Potion Polish Cosmic Boneyard. Next up is another purple. This was Sassy Sauce's Cosmos After Dark. This one originally came out in the indie box for January 2023, and this was an instant put on my nails. Like the moment I unboxed this, I put it on, literally, before I even hauled the haul. So this one is purple on purple with hollow, with flakies, with shimmer. This one has a beautiful purple base that is holographic. You then have holographic purple flakies or shards and a red shift. So yeah, the moment I unboxed this, it went on my nails. I absolutely love this finish. And this one I feel is pretty unique to my collection because I don't even know if this might be the only polish that I have with purple holographic shards in it, but absolutely stunning color. Love this one. Here's how it looks on the nail in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I mean, you can see all of the components just beautifully. You have those rainbow pieces right there. I mean, look at that. Plus you can see the linear holographic and then that red shimmer quite nicely on the nail. Yeah, another favorite for a very good reason. This is just stunning. So that one was Sassy Sauce's Cosmos After Dark. Next up is one that I actually only wore in 1 coat, so I did swatch it for you in 2. This is Music City Beauty's Hold Me Closer Tony Danza, and this is another one that came out for Polish Pickup, and I mean, look at that base shot. This is a really beautiful cornflower blue blurple with that shimmer. I mean, look at that green. You can see gold, orange, and pink or red. Then it has those holographic flakies as well. Like I said, one of my favorite components in polish. This one might also have holographic glitter that I'm seeing like 2 different kinds of twinkles in this. So here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. The swatch picture that you're going to see is me wearing it in just 1 thin coat. But here on the nail, once you've layered it, you get a beautiful color. I love how many of those flakies you see, and you get a very nice glow on the nail from that shimmer as well. So this one I'm going to have to try to wear again in 2 coats, but I did really enjoy it on. So that was Music City Beauty's Hold Me Closer Tony Danza. Now we're getting into some pinks, you guys. I feel like this was my year of pinks, and I did wear even more than this, but these are the ones that made it to my favorites. The first one, not necessarily in any particular order, is from Rogue Lacquer. This one is 25 and older, and oh my goodness, you guys, this is such a stunning color. First of all, it is a very saturated and very pigmented bright pink, and then look at those amazing contrasting flakies. You got blues and aquas. They glow. They're almost that ghostly flaky, but they show up very nicely on the nail. They are stunning. Here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And even though on the nail, I mean, you can sort of see this neon jelliness, it is more opaque in person. I feel like some nail lengths would be okay with this in just a single coat. Not that it is like cream opaque, but I think you would have enough color on your nails that you would be just fine with putting on a nice glossy top coat and going about your day. And you would have this amped, vibrant color on your nails with those beautiful flakies. I mean, this is practically glowing off of the nail. It is absolutely gorgeous. This one is very unique to my collection and kind of freaking my camera out, but look at that glow. So stunning. So that one was Rogue Lacquer's 25 and older. The next pink is continuing on with our pink with a blue theme. This was definitely a color combo that I have been loving. This is Polished for Days Barbie on the Boardwalk. This is another polish pickup color. And again, bright, bright pink with a blue glow. I want to say there is another component in here that is a like slightly larger particle on top of the blue shimmer. This is another combination that is just gorgeous on. Now here it is in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one is, as you can see, a softer bright pink. So just to compare it to Rogue Lacquer, I feel in the bottle, especially on camera, they're coming off identical as far as the base color. But once you have the Polished for Days swatched, it is a completely different formulation, so it comes off a little softer on the nail, less neon. Although as you can see right there at the edge, it does have this bright quality to it, so it is there. And yeah, this is another one that is stunning. Love that one. So that one was Polished for Days Barbie on the Boardwalk. The next is a polish that I actually ended up grabbing a backup bottle of because I loved it so much. This is Restored by Polish Better Together. This is another one that came out for polish pickup the first time back in 2022, but it did make a return this year for polish pickup rewind. And this one is a beautiful bright coral with iridescent flakies, and those are just absolutely jam-packed in here. This, like I said, was such a favorite of mine when I wore it. It made me smile that I had to grab a backup when it came back for rewind, and I cannot wait to wear this one again. If I wasn't so enjoying my darker jewel tones, I would definitely be putting this on my nail again. This is just a stunning, fun, bright color. Here's how it looks on the nail in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And look at those beautiful flakies. This is another one that's similarly pigmented to that Rogue Lacquer 25 and older, where it is nice and richly pigmented. It is not a super duper squishy base, although it definitely isn't a cream, but it does have a nice opacity to it. And you can still see all of those beautiful flakies. Like I said, this is just one of my favorites. Had to get a backup of it. Can't wait to wear that one again. So that one was Restored by Polish Better Together. And then the last pink that made it to my top 23 is from LA Colors, of all places, a mainstream brand. This one is Pinkmas. And this one was surprising not only because it came from LA Colors, but it's a pink, and it is a light pink, like a mid-tone Barbie pink. I mean, it might even be lighter than a Barbie pink technically, but pinks are one of those colors that I'm always saying are not my favorite, especially in this color range. And let me tell you, when I put this on my nails, I just loved it. I can't even explain it, but it was such a sweet but vibrant, yet somehow still almost pastel leaning color, and I just adored it. And I think the only reason why I did end up buying this is because it was one of the videos that I did an entire swatch video for, and it was a lot of pinks in that video. But yeah, this one was a favorite and it made it to my tops. Can you believe it? It was maybe not the best formulated, I will say that, but then again, it is a polish that cost me $1.25 at the dollar store, so I can't really complain. Here it is in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. So yeah, this one I will say is a little bit patchy, but on the nails, like I said, it was just adorable. So love that one. Probably gonna have to pull that one out to wear it again next summer, or maybe early spring, late spring, somewhere around there. But that one was LA Colors Pinkmas. Next up is one from Clionadh Cosmetics, and this one is Rainbows. This is another polish pickup polish. So apologies that most of these are polishes that aren't going to be easy to find, but that's where I do a lot of my shopping, is from these limited edition releases. And this is another one that just really caught my attention. Clionadh Cosmetics is actually made in Canada, so buying it through Polish Pickup is one of the few times that I actually do buy it because it saves on shipping. And this is a stunning color, again with the shifts and again with the glow. This one also is another polish that has reflective glitter in it, this time in a stunning saturated like aqua blue, and the shifts go from red to green to gold with some orange, and that green is electric and vibrant. It's also a larger particle shimmer, which is another thing that I'm always saying I just adore. Here's that one in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Now this is another one where on the swatch, even with the top coat, that reflective glitter is leaving this with a bit of texture, but once this is on, I was fine with just 1 coat of glossy top coat. And I mean, look at the shifts. Absolutely gorgeous. The color is stunning. The shifts are stunning. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that glow. Ugh, absolutely stunning. I do feel like I'm repeating myself on a lot of these because obviously I love all of them. They're on my top picks, but yeah, this is just a dazzling color. That was Clionadh Cosmetics Rainbows. Oh, so stunning. Next up is another Wildflower Lacquer, and this one is called Buenos Amigos. This one actually came out in HHC back in 2021, but I don't think I got it on my nails until this year, and then it made it to my top faves. This is another stunning color, this time a bit more green leaning in its aqua base, but it does have similarities to that last polish because it does have those amazing shifting shimmers. You have the pink to green to gold, again with that electric green there at the edges. This one also has those holographic flakies in there. You can see those twinkling away there. Yeah, this is another stunning combination, a little bit more on the creamy side as opposed to the one from Clionadh that had kind of a squish factor to it. So here is Buenos Amigos in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. There on the nail you can definitely see those holographic flakies. They almost come off as little bits of maybe even aqua flakies. I actually can't tell if that is the color that the flakies themselves are or if that's them just sort of layering up with the base color, because the base color is very vibrant. So another favorite there from Wildflower Lacquer. That one was Buenos Amigos. And then next up we have one from 90 Lacquer. This one is Kiwi Crush. This is another one that I'm pretty sure came to me in a mystery box, and let me tell you, I was super excited to get this in a mystery box because I don't think that 90 is making polish anymore. I could be mistaken on that, but I haven't shopped her directly. So the polishes that I've gotten are either through D-stashes or mystery boxes, and this is one that I had definitely wanted. It was on my radar and on my wish list, and I was very excited to wear this, and as you can see, it made it to my top picks. This one was so fun and unique. I love the black shards in it, and it is this beautiful bright minty green. So here's how it looks on the nail in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Now you do sort of have to play a little with how the black shards look on the nail, but I definitely didn't have to fish for them, but I did do just a little bit of placement to make sure that I didn't have them too stacked up on each other. But yeah, I mean, this one was so fun. I really enjoyed the mani that I did with this as well. I sort of went with the watermelon theme. So yeah, love this one. I will be wearing it more, but sparingly, if that makes sense. Like, I want to wear it more, but I also don't want it to run out since I can't get another one. But that was 90 Lacquer's Kiwi Crush. Next up we have one from Nailed It, and this one is Sea Star. This is one that came out in HHC. I'm not sure of the year, but this is another flaky bomb. So this is kind of a pink leaning corally orange. It is very fiery, and as you can see, stunningly jam-packed full of flakies. So these are iridescent. On camera you're mostly seeing them as gold, but there are other colors, and in fact something in there is shifting to this beautiful fuchsia purple. I think you can kind of see that along the corner of the bottle, the very edge. Here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Now this one is a jelly, a more squishy formula than the other ones over here and here, the Rogue and the Restored by Polish. So this one is somewhere between a 2 and 3 coater. It just sort of depends on how you prefer to wear your flaky polishes. But yeah, this is another one that was just stunning to wear. Absolutely gorgeous. Loved this color. Absolutely stunning. So that was Nailed It's Sea Star. And then one of my top picks, I think if I had to narrow it down to 5, this would be up there. This is Polished for Days, Room for 1,000. This one actually came out this year. Again, this is, I think, the second one followed by Sassy Sauce that I wore immediately and just fell head over heels with it. So this actually has a purple base. I know, right? So you look at it here and you're like, no, that is an orange. What are you talking about? But I don't know if you can see around the edges how it looks sort of smoky. That's actually a purple base. Sort of this blue leaning purple smoky base, but it is so jam-packed full of this fiery, bronzy, shifty glow that it is really hard to see. But once it's on the nail, this is it in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. See that smoky color? This looks so incredible on. The glow is incredible. The fact that in some lighting, the glow does sort of disappear and then you're left with this blurbly purple base with a subtle glow. And then all of a sudden in other lights, it's just glowing orange. It is pink, it is gold, it is orange. This has so many colors and it is so beautiful and unique to my collection. I adore this one. I almost went and got myself a backup of this immediately, but I have been trying to be budgeted and restraining myself. But at some point in time, if I ever start getting low or if this ever goes to be discontinued, I will be grabbing another one because this is dazzling. I do not want to be without this polish. It is incredible. So that is one of my very top picks that was polished for days Room for 1,000. Next up is another one that is incredibly unique, you guys. This is Trust Fund Beauty's Boisterous. This is another one, I think you can see a theme, that has all the shifts. This is one that was actually on my radar for a while, but I wasn't really paying attention to this brand. And then I discovered that I could get some of these on eBay, and the store that I found them on was having a sale at the time. So I got these for about $5 a bottle. And you guys, this one is jaw-dropping. So the bottle really tells the story. You see this sort of burgundy, almost brownish orange, and then you have a very strong aqua shift that shifts to red and orange. There's blue and different shades of like an aqua green. It is, again, jaw-dropping. It is so stunning. There are so many different shifts in this, so many different layers. You can wear this in either 2 or 3 coats or layer it over a darker color in 1 coat. Here's how it looks in just 2 coats. Now here on the swatch, it's going to look pretty sheer, but when I wore it, I'm pretty sure I only wore it in 2 coats, and that's how it looked. So again, the clear swatch sticks don't always tell how it's going to look on your nails. And yeah, I mean, look at that base. And those shifts, there's some of that red to purple, and there's that aqua to green. All the while you have this sort of a rusty brown leaning base that grounds this color. And again, so incredibly unique to my collection. I love that one. I think that might have to be in my top 5s as well. So that one was Trust Fund Beauty's Boisterous. Next up is a new to my collection. And again, another one that I wore maybe not right away, but very soon after getting it. This one is from Color Club and it is Lucky Charm. So this one actually did come out, goodness, was it last year or 2 years ago, or maybe even 3 years ago? It was kind of a big deal because it was like the first that I know of $20 polish that Color Club released. And I was not willing to pay $20 for a mainstream polish, but it definitely was on my mind for a while after it came out. So when I was able to get on clearance the set of their limited editions, I snatched it up, and boy howdy, this one is amazing. So look at all the shifts. You see the glitter in here as well. It's also scented, which is kind of a bonus if you like scented and not so much a bonus if you don't like scented. But this is another one that is really rather unique to my collection. So it has the shifts, this time in this purple base, but you have a ton of green. There's shifts to blue, there's orange, gold, plus you have the holographic glitter. This is another one that is absolutely jaw-dropping and dazzling. Look at that blue that you see at the corner, plus the rainbows from the glitter. Oh yeah. So here's how that one looks in 2 coats with the glossy top coat. And yeah, this is another one where I feel like on this clear swatch stick, that does not tell the story. I only needed 2 coats when I wore this, and it was fine with just 1 coat of glossy top coat. And yeah, this is another one that had so many shifts. So stunning. Absolutely love this. This would have to be in my top 10 at least, if not in my top 5. So that one, if you can get your hands on it for not $20, I would definitely recommend it. But that one's Color Club's Lucky Charm. Next up is one from Live Love Polish. They actually rebranded, what is it, this year or late last year, into Mooncat Polish, and this one is Jam Session. So this one is actually now dragon scales. It is still available, and I accidentally bought it this year because I forgot that I had this bottle, and I somehow didn't have this bottle in my nail polish app. But to make up for that, I did wear this year, and oh my goodness, it lives up to the hype, you guys. This is incredible. So this is one of those polishes that is in a clear base. All of the color that you're seeing is coming from those multichromatic flakies, plus this has holographic glitter. And you guys, look at the shifts. Again, you've got berries, you've got greens, you've got golds, you've got aquas, a darker blue at certain angles, plus the glitter hollowness that is going to have all of the rainbows in it. Absolutely jaw-dropping. So here it is in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This is another one where I feel like that is not necessarily representative of how it's going to look on the nail. That is closer to how it's going to look on your nail. I was really impressed with how opaque I was able to get it in just 2 coats. And when I wore it, I did put on a couple of nails a black undie, just a black cream on a few nails because I was worried about it being not opaque enough. And I don't think I needed it. I feel like for myself, if I were to wear this again with an undie base, I would probably pick a dark green, something that was already in this coloration, because I felt like when you wore it over a dark color, it kind of changed how it looked. But in any case, this was another absolutely stunning shifting polish. So many beautiful colors. So in the end, rather happy that I do have a backup of that one, but didn't really need it. In any case, that was Live Love Polish Jam Session, or now you can get that as Mooncat's Dragon Scales, I believe. All right, now we're getting into our reds. The rest of these are some form of red, which, wow. Who would have thought? The first one is from Wildflower Lacquer. I think this actually wins for the brand that is most represented in my top 23 for the year. And this one is straight out of St. Olaf. This is another that I got through Polish Pickup Rewind. And the original time that this came out, I definitely did not get it because it was a red. And I'm like, I don't like reds. At the same time, look at the edges. It is a berry red. And I love berry reds. Those are one of those shades that have definitely grown on me much easier than a straightforward, bright lipstick red. Plus this has a shimmer in it and it has shifts. From my angle, actually see that green? That's what I'm seeing all over the face of it, where you're seeing that deeper shade of like an orange leaning red. But there's also gold in here. It's almost like a UP shift. It is dazzling in this base. Here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And I mean, look how stunning this is. This is just amazing. I am very, very happy that I did end up taking a chance on this for a rewind and getting a bottle because, well, it made it to my top 23. This has the glow power. It has that berry base that is just stunning, plus all the shifts in it. So yeah, very, very happy that I did grab myself a bottle. So that one was Wildflower Lacquer's Straight Out of St. Olaf. Now we're going to look at 2 different magnetic polishes, both in the red family, that made it to my top 23. The first one is from Mooncat Polish, and this is Your Heart's a Black Hole. This is one of my most recent purchases from them, and it was a new release for their, I think, lunar sale. And here's how it looks magnetized. So it deepens up to a darker red base. You can see the holographic glitter that's in there. This one is absolutely stunning. So this is another instance where I was like, oof, it's a red. I'm still sort of hemming and hawing over it, even though, as I've said, reds have definitely grown on me this year. But it's always a chance when it's not your favorite color, like say a purple. But I'm glad I got this because this is another one where I wore this pretty much immediately after getting it and I loved it. It is gorgeous. It's dark, but vibrant at the same time. It sort of has this glow about it because of the magnetic shift. Plus it has those holographic glitters. So this is just a stunning, stunning color. So here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat, magnetized. Now this has been sitting since I swatched it for at least 24 hours, so the magnetic pull has slightly dispersed, but it still has a beautiful glow to it. You can see how dark it gets when you pull the magnetic line up into the middle of the nail. And this is one that I cannot wait to wear again. That one was Mooncat's Your Heart's a Black Hole. And then the next red magnetic comes from Krista Jacqueline, and this one is Red Hot Flannel. This is another one that came out in polished pickup, and another one that even though I didn't open it immediately, once I opened my haul, I put this on immediately. I actually opened the haul specifically to get this one out to wear it. So I'm getting better about some of these, and here's how it looks magnetized. So this one is a different shade of red. This is actually more along the lines of like an orange leaning deep red, and look at all the components in here. So there's the magnetic line. You almost get this blackened base, at least in the bottle, but here's how it looks on the nail. It is a very, like, if red were ink, if that makes sense. Like, it's inky and red at the same time. This is such a beautiful grungy color, just stunning. You can see the flakies there on the nail. You can see the dance of that magnetic pull. This is another one, like I said, I put it on immediately. It was so stunning, and I'm very, very happy to have this one in my collection. So that one was Krista Jacqueline's A Red Hot Flannel. And then the last two are actually from Orly, and they're both reds. The first one is an older Orly called Smolder, and this one has a red glow to it, kind of along the lines as Mooncat's Your Heart's a Black Hole, but it's got a deeper quality to it in the base, so it ends up being a lot darker on the nail, very smoldering. Here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. And yeah, look how dark and vampy that is. You do get that amazing glow from the red pigment in there, but the base of this one, just to compare it swatched to that Mooncat, is much darker. So there's the Mooncat up there. That's Smolder from Orly. But yeah, that is another one that I really enjoyed on. Just a stunning vampy shade. So that was Orly's Smolder. And then the last polish from Orly, and in my top 23 for 2023, is Orly's Persistent Memory. Now, I don't remember which collection this one came out in, but you guys, this is another one that really surprised me. I didn't know how I felt about it exactly. I mean, I kind of liked it, but it wasn't love at first sight, I don't think, if I'm remembering correctly, but I adored this one on. It is really unusual. So in the bottle, it's like pretty much an oxblood, like a deep oxblood, but there's more brown to it. It's kind of got this, like if you mixed oxblood with a brick. And here's how it looks in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Now, I don't know how it's going to look on your screen, but this one has a unique quality to it. The shade of it is very unusual. So like I said, it's kind of a mix between a deep, deep chocolate that happens to have an oxblood in it, but with a pinch of brick. It is really gorgeous. I don't have another color like this in my collection, and this one, like I said, well, it's on my top 23 of the year. It is just gorgeous and a beautiful 2-coat formula. So that last one of my favorites was Orly's Persistent Memory. And there we have it. That was my top picks for the year for 2023. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites from these, or which ones were your top 23 for 2023. Again, make sure to check out the list down below for all of the other participants and their channels. I'm sure they're going to have a ton of beautiful polish to check out there as well. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully you had a good time, and I will see you in that next one.